You have tuned in to the Interrobang podcast. I'm with my man, Royalty, Antinian DeCarlo.
And I'm sitting right here with my buddy, JJ Shooter, John Jordan himself.
And this is a show where no topic is off limits.
Let's be real. Maybe a few topics.
So sit back, relax, and join us for exclamatory rhetorical conversations
With a small dose of what the fuck.
Welcome to the show.
Beast. What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
What's good? What's good?
What's up, internet?
We're back.
And we're black.
As always.
But, as we say, not all of us. We're getting the party started differently a little bit this time, this week, this month, this, whatever it is.
This podcast.
This session, yeah. Joining us today, we have the brilliant and illustrious Bridget Gregory joining us.
The crowd goes wild.
Right. We're doing a little different this time. Rather than do our segment and, whatever, we're bringing her in from the jump. We're going to do the whole podcast with her on our arm. So, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, we're glad to have you.
Again, guys, can we just say, we've attempted this before. And if I've done this correctly, you guys may have seen some clips by the time this comes out. When that was recorded, the first time, things got a little crazy. We're a little off the rails.
We needed another full conversation and discussion.
Yes, so that we can really address the things that we wanted to talk about, and
because we honestly have a lot of fun when we're together.
Yes, we do.
I think
we really do.
I think we do.
So sometimes we have a little too much fun.
An obnoxious amount of alcohol involved, and quite frankly,
I don't think that's accurate.
Well,
I think we're just a little goofy when we're all together.
All right, well, we could say that, but if that were true, we'd be able to air everything that we recorded. And that's the face that we're expecting. So, we are reshooting. We are going to stay focused. We are going to be on point. We are going to follow a very specific format at first.
We are? Well, this is news to me.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Well, it's good to have goals.
It's good to have goals.
So first, let's start by asking our guest first.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Oh, what am I drinking? That's a great question. What am I drinking? Oh, this is tequila. With a splash of grapefruit. And some sugar-free tonic.
Okay. Very nice.
Cheers.
Is there a reason that you lean towards that drink? Is that like one of your go-tos?
No.
Okay. So what made you decide to drink that?
That's what was available to me this evening. In this home.
Okay, so I do want to say, you do like the pink tequila thing. So,
that was definitely a thing.
It works. It
correct.
works. Right?
It works. It looks a little bit like the tequila that I like.
Right.
You guys refer to the previous recordings for details on Bridget's Boone's Farm Mad Dog 2020 tequila. What are you drinking, homeboy?
Choice of beverages.
Jeez,
what are you drinking, Shooter?
I am actually drinking a tequila and grapefruit juice.
Oh, I'm sensing a theme here. Is it
availability? Is it?
You guys may or may not notice that we're shooting in a different location this session.
Yeah, it's a nice location.
It is a nice location. I like the lighting is phenomenal.
The lighting's wonderful. The artwork is better.
Oh. What makes you say that, Bridget?
I agree. You know what? I will agree with that.
What makes you say that about the artwork?
Do we want to do that?
We're doing it because I'm going to cut in photos of the artwork so that everybody can see what you're talking about.
Let's talk about it.
John has a series of canvas prints of himself on vacations that he took in locations that are meaningful to him.
Okay.
But the prints are photos of just him.
Okay.
In these locations. And they are not small.
This is misleading.
Mike Lowry.
They are not small.
This is misleading.
The one over his bed is particularly
and it's just
concerning.
him.
It's
the one
just
that's on
him.
the ceiling.
The
ceiling photo.
I could have gone without seeing those, quite frankly.
But you did see him, and we're going to discuss how later.
Oh, for cry eye.
What were you going to say, Shooter?
I want to make sure that we paint the proper picture for our listeners.
Like the canvases on the wall.
I believe these are printed canvases, not painted.
Have been blessed to have been able to travel extensively in my young life. And I value good pictures from these places that I've been.
Of yourself. By yourself.
So what I have done is I have taken some pictures that I thought were really nice that showed the essence of the place that I visited with me in it, because if you're in a place, you want to take a picture of you in that place, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I have put some of these pictures that I've taken with me in the picture, not of me in a place, with me in the picture of this place that I'm in.
I think we're splitting hairs about the difference between those two.
There's a big
definite.
difference.
Okay,
There is a big difference. And I have blown them up a little bit and put them on canvases and put on the wall. Because these are places that I want people to,
Okay, well, you guys can be the judge. I will make sure to include pictures of what
I am in the picture, but the picture, I am not the
focal point.
The focal point of the picture. The
strongly
focal point,
disagree.
I don't know that that's accurate.
Oh, it's okay if you want to look at me, and if you like looking at me, that's cool.
And I will say very openly and freely that I do.
We already know from a previous episode that Antenian loves looking at you.
Episode 4.
Gazing upon you, in fact.
Yes, longingly sometimes.
Longingly.
As though he's a fixture in the distance.
Ooh, dream weaver. That's what he hears when he looks at you.
It's true.
Well, apparently, when you look at the picture, you're not seeing the 90% that is the picture.
90%.
You're seeing the
Low.
10%.
The
that
balls
is
on this
90%.
man.
Which is okay. I mean, it's cool.
Okay,
I appreciate.
We're
I don't think.
let's
that
we are not
pleasure,
even.
But it's cool. That you
We're
guys
not
say
even
that.
drunk, and we are going off the rails.
Yeah, let's
we are
refocus.
like 4 minutes in. I love that you felt the need to discuss to defend yourself. It wasn't an attack. It was an observation.
Oh,
but
it's a direct attack. The direct.
I disagree. But just so you guys know, if you guys were going to ask, I am drinking tequila on the rocks with a splash of sugar-free ginger ale. That's what I'm drinking.
And I think that deserves a toast.
Let's. Welcome back, Bridget.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Back again for the first time. Oh, man. It hits the spot. All right. So we're going to keep the party going. We're going to keep the bus moving. I think first up, there is a segment, a conversation, or a topic that John has decided that he's going to share with us that neither Bridget nor myself is aware of.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. I'm
Well.
Yeah.
slightly concerned.
You can join in this too.
I'm slightly concerned, as always. But let's go. What do you have for me?
All right. So I have a question of the day.
Oh. Goodness sake.
Okay, first thing and foremost, let me just say before you say it, Bridget's going first. I said what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with that. I will say I love that. I love that response.
Yeah. I've been here before. I've seen this episode.
Okay.
All right, Bridget, are you ready?
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
That counts as consent.
Yes. All right. So,
Literally consent. I said go ahead.
Well, just being clear.
question of the day is 24 hours you got.
Oh, boy.
You have to pick one friend that every time they say something racist or homosexual, you get $1,000.
Oh, I know who I'm picking.
Homophobic or homosexual?
Homosexual.
Oh, wait. Define say something homosexual. Like a dude that's like, I love dick.
I don't understand.
Like, is that what we're picking? Or somebody that's like, I don't like gay people? Like, which direction are we going?
One of those is homophobic, and one of them is homosexual.
Well, I understand the difference.
I'm just making sure.
No, something homosexual, like they're hitting on you, or
on you, or just
or just something that you would that would make you as a straight man go, that's a little gay.
Okay, let's move through this quickly because I have a new question. I mean, it's
Straight
not like
person.
people are good. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, a straight person that's going to say homosexual stuff?
He didn't even say that.
I thought he just said a straight. I thought you just said. I'm sorry, I'm clarifying.
You as a straight person.
Me as a straight person
would think.
I have a lot of gay friends, so I would
That's
just
what
pick
I'm
one of my
saying,
gay
like-
friends. I don't have a lot of friends that say racist stuff. Actually, that's not true. I'd pick Tenny if we're going to say racist.
I don't say racist things. I send racist reels. There's a difference.
Okay,
That's true.
Let's
sorry.
cut out the gay part. Let's just say,
Oh, racist.
yeah.
Say racist stuff.
Who would say something?
Like, okay, like
And you get $1,000 every
things
time they
are
say something racist.
things that are
And they may not know it's racist.
no. Okay, so are you
it's
saying
racist.
like things that like racist jokes or people with malintent that say racist stuff, malicious intent?
You get to pick the person that you think is going to say racist things.
You
Man,
want us to
come on.
name somebody?
They're not going like. First of all, they don't listen. They don't listen to black people. First of all,
Is this too personal, Bridget?
Not personal. It makes me very uncomfortable, and I think everyone here knows that.
okay. So we're not doing homosexual. We're doing anytime somebody says something racist, you get $1,000. Who are you picking?
Yes. Who are you picking to hang out with? That's gonna. They don't know.
Oh,
You're getting
so-
$1,000.
I understand that. I don't even know who I would pick.
I do. But like saying the name isn't going to do anything here.
That's why I don't think it's that big of a deal to say the name, but maybe you do. You do, apparently.
She's like, they're listening right now.
Okay, so I want to dissect this just a little bit.
No.
Does this person not know they're saying racist things, or do you just not want to confront them about the racist things that they know they're saying, or confront the racist things that they know that they're saying? I mean, not confront them, confront the racist things that they're saying.
I am so glad that we have started doing cameras for this podcast. This would not be the same with audio only.
I am sweating right now.
You're very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I'm
like
so
super
uncomfortable.
I'm here for it.
I know you are.
This necklace is a little tight.
What is making you so uncomfortable?
Well, we're black. That's what it is. That's what it is.
And I'm incredibly white.
Super duper white. Like she's pasty. It's winter. Jesus. She hasn't seen the sun in forever.
A minute. Do I blend in with the counter? Almost. Oh.
Don't change the subject. Okay, so wait, how do you want us to answer? Because
Can I just be very honest here? I don't know that I have a friend that I would win money off of because I don't keep friends that say a bunch of racist stuff around.
Okay.
I mean, if my
Then what are
if
you
my,
so upset? Then what?
maybe if my grandpa was still alive. I'm dead serious.
I know that's what's so funny. Okay, like I have a person, but saying the name isn't going to do anything. Like it kind of defeats the purpose. She's having a rough time.
She's really struggling over here.
She's literally sweating. How good is is it 4D? Yeah, I mean 4K. What is it? 1080p. What is it? Is it high def?
Can you do a slow zoom?
Yeah.
Right over here. I mean,
Don't say that because they're gonna come for us.
What is making you right? What's making you so nervous? If you said that you don't have friends that you don't think you could win money off of, then what are you so nervous
I honestly
about?
don't think I could. I could win a lot of money off of people saying gay stuff, but because I have a lot of gay friends.
So then, what are you nervous about?
About coming up with somebody who's racist. Can we move on? I don't feel like anybody wants to listen to this or watch this.
The thing about this question is like even if we named somebody, it's not like it has any sort of impact. Like if I said, Jerome, all right, what does that even mean? Like, who is that dude? Still interesting though.
I am interested. But does my question not get answered? Should I just move to the joke of the day?
No, the joke of the day is after the break.
But if we're not going to answer it, then I'll just do the joke of the day.
No. My answer is Melissa, and I think that it is due to an inability to see outside of her point of view. She really doesn't think that the things that she's saying or her points of view or her behavior is racist. And she has a good heart and she is a good person who loves her family, and she's one of these people that she votes in the way that she thinks is going to benefit her best interests, even if she doesn't necessarily understand her best interests. So yeah, there are often statements or positions and points of view where, I'll look and be like, I mean, we've been discussing this for years. We've been arguing about this for years. Right.
Okay. So yeah, sometimes you have one of those friends that just
and
that you accept for
you gotta
the friendship.
You have to accept people's limitations.
There's only so much growth that some people are capable of.
You don't have to accept it.
No, and I'm very aware of that. And when it gets to a certain point, there are people that I'm like, okay, well, I can't rock with you, and that's usually in cases where their ignorance is willful,
or harmful,
or malicious.
Right.
It's one thing if you just can't wrap your hand around empathy, then I feel bad for you. But if you can't wrap your head around empathy, I don't keep you in my life. That's very true.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I don't feel bad for you.
An excuse.
I
don't.
I feel I like no. I do. I'm like, listen. Like you. If you are incapable of wrapping your head around empathy, that's not your fault. I feel bad for you. You can't be over here, but I feel bad for you over there. But again, the person that I'm talking about is not somebody that I see or speak to often, really, if at all. But every once in a while, we'll wind up in the same place, and there's no reason to be uncouth or unkind.
Sure.
Of course.
Because you have empathy.
Yeah. Had this conversation started differently, we'd have gotten into something pretty deep and significant.
I think we still could, but we're not going to.
All right, we'll save that for another episode.
Oh, my.
And we'll have Bridget back for that episode.
Sure you don't want to answer the question, Bridget?
I really don't know who I would say.
We have somebody in mind that we know you're friends with that you should say.
Do you?
No, but wouldn't that have been crazy? Wouldn't that have been nuts?
Oh, man, if you had said someone, I would have been like, I didn't think of them.
If I was like, yo, he doesn't say the wild stuff to you, but he says it to me, Anthony. That's not true. Anthony does not talk like that, and I'm a big fan of that guy. I mean, there are a couple Anthonys, but just in case that one happens to be listening, we're not talking about you.
We're not talking about that one. It's the other one.
Right. Well, that was
I'm sorry, are you going to answer your question?
Ooh.
No.
Crazy.
I mean, I can.
Then you should.
Okay, I don't mind answering the question. So the person that I would choose and win, I make a lot of money. My Aunt Lori.
Oh, a family member?
Yeah.
A family member.
So I said if Grandpa was still alive.
My Aunt Lori.
She's like, these crack-ass crackers. These motherfuckers. And George Bush cut off my Medicaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got an auntie that's like that too. That loves to be around white people, but always talking smack about white people.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of awful.
I feel like this is a trap.
Okay, now that palate is cleansed,
Yeah.
what's next?
All right, we've cleansed that palate.
Man.
All right, well, thank you for your candor.
I feel like we might have to cut that. All right, so where do we want to go? We have so many things that we can discuss, and we have an expert on so many of those fields sitting right here with us. We have to take advantage of her expertise.
Absolutely.
Where?
Oh, that is you.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that we could talk to you about, Bridget.
So we've done this before, but let's start by asking you what you do, what your qualifications are. Tell us a little bit about Bridget Gregory.
Again? Okay.
Again.
I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have my own private practice, and I work with individuals, couples, and families. I treat mood disorders. That's like depression, anxiety, things like bipolar, eating disorders, substance abuse, trauma, all that stuff.
Okay. How long have you been practicing?
I graduated from Northwestern in 2010, and I opened my private practice the following year.
Okay, so graduated 16 years ago, and in practice privately 15 years ago. I mean, give or take a couple months.
Sure.
Just because it is early in the year, we try not to date ourselves too much. Okay, so I feel like most of what people want to talk about centers around relationships.
And dating.
Yeah. So let's think for a minute about where we want to go.
Let's talk about some of the biggest issues, or I don't want to say the biggest issues in dating because we can all kind of talk about that.
Yeah.
I want to get your insight on what do you see in your practice that maybe the top couple of things that people struggle with the most in dating. And
I think it's relationships in general.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
dating
what,
and
like in their
relationships in general.
marriage or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
and I'll have a follow-up after you talk about that.
Sure. I mean, I think the biggest, most glaring thing that people struggle with is communication. And people say, oh, communication, like that's so general. Yeah, well, it's the baseline of like everything that happens in a relationship. So couples will come in and say, well, here's our issue. Like she doesn't do that or he doesn't do this. And really what it boils down to is like people are not communicating. There's a lot of unspoken expectations in relationships that people are conflict avoidant, generally speaking. And so they don't say, hey, here's sort of what I expect out of a relationship. And those are conversations really that should take place when you are dating and getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead.
Why is it that you think, especially when people are starting to get serious, there are certain conversations everybody knows they need to have, and you just said people are conflict avoidant.
Yeah.
But what is it that stops them from getting a general baseline for their expectations?
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't take the time to define their expectations or their wants and needs. I think we can all walk around, my needs aren't being met. Yeah, what are your needs? Can you define them? Have you made a list? Like, what are the things that are important to you in a relationship? And you can look at people who have been married for 20 years. And sometimes those things still are not defined and they don't know. And it's the same sort of cycle of conflict that comes up over and over and over. And then you take, somebody who's maybe been married before and has kids and gets divorced. And now they're out in the dating world. And you're going to see the same cycle pop up again because they still don't know what exactly their needs and wants are. And both of those things are important. So our needs are things, obviously, that we need in a relationship. We need these things from our partner to feel loved, cared for, stable. And then the wants are, well, yes, these are like, hey, what are the things that you want out of a relationship? Well, I want to travel and I want this and la, la, la. Those things are also important. They're just not like the foundation. But people will say, well, I need somebody who's nice to me and who like can pay half the bills and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. But that's like super surface. And when we're talking about when things get stressful and, you know, maybe our nervous system is out of whack and we need somebody to help sort of like recenter us, what is it that you need from your partner then? And people are really unable to speak to that a lot of the time.
Speaking to that, what do you do if, I guess, can you help people define what they need? Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that really just don't know what they need.
Yeah.
And how can people define that? How do you help people define that? How can people define that on their own? Like, what is...
If people can't identify that themselves, they should go to therapy. And yes, therapists help you think about, like, you talk about your family of origin. A lot of this stuff starts at a young age with your family of origin. That's when we get into like attachment styles and all of that stuff.
Oh, we're going to talk about that later.
Oh, joy. So people don't know what they need because they haven't done the work to sort of like identify where some things went wrong in their childhood, or, you know, even when they were in their 20s and a trauma came up and like things went sideways in their life. They haven't reassessed, like, where am I at in life? What do I need out of a partner or even out of like friendships? I mean, these are things that it's wild to me when I meet with somebody and they're like, well, my friendships don't work out and I keep losing friends and I gotta make new friends, and then I'm dating like the 5th person of the year, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, you are the problem in this then.
Do you think it takes time for people to figure out what they need? Just speaking, I mean, just looking back in my relationship history, I'm divorced. And I mean, I got married at a normal age. I was like 24, 25 years old, which is young looking back.
That's young. Yeah.
It's young looking back,
Yeah.
but for that time, for that age, it's kind of a normal age to get married, even if it is a young age to get married.
Sure.
Looking back,
Societally speaking, it's
it's a normal age. But how many 25-year-olds, how many 30-year-olds know what they want and know what they need in a relationship to be successful and to you know,
our generation?
how
not a lot.
You know, yeah.
Not a lot. You go the higher up, like generations ahead of us.
They still don't know.
Well, definitely not. I mean, if
Even
we're,
fewer.
Yeah, what I'm getting at then is the younger generations, because therapy has been more mainstreamed, and they have done a lot of work on self and analyzing family of origin, like that these conversations are just happening in the younger generations, and so they're already set up for better success than we were, and then our parents and our grandparents.
That's great to hear. Although maybe it's just me observing like the younger generation in my family.
Sure.
And even like not as much in my family, but like my friends' kids, present company excluded, of course. It's good to see like, okay, there's a level of emotional intelligence. They're having different conversations, but like also I really just feel like they're freaking whining, and there's like a level of like just
There's like this wellness trend. It's like trendy to be like.
Well, so that, but and I'm trying to think of a way to an extent, but also like there's a lack of accountability. Everything is everybody else's fault, and you're never required to do the work and get through it yourself.
You think that's the younger generations? Because I'd say that's rampant at our age.
Yes, but I would say that the complaining about it is more the younger generation, in my observation. Now, that's not to say that there aren't a bunch of complainers amongst our peers as well.
There's a lot of whiners. I think, sure, that may be. I do believe that the wellness culture has sort of taken over, and the language we are using there's a therapeutic language that, I mean, friends of mine are using, younger people are using. We're hearing a lot of the same keywords.
And I feel like they're not qualified to use those words, even if you might have read the definition.
They are used by whomever out there, now that these words are mainstreamed, and I think we may have touched on this a little bit last time we talked, but these words get used inappropriately all of the time. They're overused. They no longer are effective for a lot of people because we're going to hear the same stuff. Yes, we're going to hear gaslighting. We're going to hear overstimulated, triggered.
And the big one.
What?
Narcissism.
Oh, yeah, the narcissists. Yeah, everybody's a freaking narcissist.
Yes.
Please. Most people have not actually encountered a true narcissist in their life, in a relationship. But everyone, well, my ex-husband was a narcissist. My ex-wife is a narcissist. This person I dated. I only attract narcissists. No, stop. There are a lot of people out there that have like narcissistic tendencies or borderline personality disorder tendencies.
Or maybe they're just selfish. Or like, oh, he's a narcissist. Yeah, that might be true. It's more likely he don't give a fuck about you.
Sure.
That's a bar. I'm coming up with a song.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're absolutely right. I mean, people like to use these big terms because it makes them feel validated.
That's what I would... Okay, so that, I think, thank you very much. Mm-hmm. That gets me to the heart of what I think I was saying. And in retrospect, yeah, it is true throughout the generations, but I feel like it's prevalent in the younger generations because it's more commonplace. Everybody is seeking validation. Everybody wants to be validated for every little thing, every little, and...
Well, that's another overused term that people use completely inappropriately every day.
How so?
Well, I need to be validated, and if you're going to be my boyfriend, you need to validate me in the X, Y, and Z. Well, I don't need to validate you constantly every day. Your feelings and your experience is valid. I believe that. What you have experienced is valid, what you have experienced is valid, what I have experienced is valid. We may have the same situation going on, all three of us were a part of, and our experiences are going to be very different, or our perception might be different. Our perspective is going to be different. My experience does not invalidate yours, because we sat here and the same thing happened, all three of us, but our takeaways are different.
Right.
That doesn't mean that somebody's stuff that comes out of that is invalid. But people like to say, well, you're not validating me. First of all, sometimes we have to validate ourselves and recognize that it is not other people's job to do that for us.
Thank you.
And I think that's maybe what we get into with people are whiny. And I don't want to say that's a generational thing. That's just a human thing.
That's true.
Humans are whiny. It's crazy to me. I mean, the amount of times I've seen somebody come that is an intelligent, successful human, and they sit on my therapy couch and whine.
Do you have an actual couch in your office? Do people lay on it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I just did a TikTok and Instagram where I was laying on it, because people will ask, like, do you sit on your own couch? Do you lay on your? I said, I've napped on that couch.
Is there a blanket?
Yeah.
Really?
I had two.
Well, you already know enough of our secrets, so I don't need to come to your couch.
I mean, I think we can use the word whiny. We can use that, any synonym of that. But what people want, and this gets into the accountability that you were talking about, people don't want to be held accountable. They want their behavior to be excused. They want to be validated for whatever they're feeling, and then not put in any of the work to actually heal that part of themselves so that they don't keep feeling that. Or they want to over-intellectualize what's happened in their life, which is like, well, I've read these 4 books on attachment style. I can talk about attachment better than my own therapist can. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Has that helped heal your attachment wounds?
Right. Have you actually done the work?
Right. We cannot logic ourselves out of emotion. We have to feel emotion. So things like attachment wounds, traumas, they live in the body. They don't live in logical brain. So in dialectical behavioral therapy, which is a type of therapy that I truly think everybody should learn about.
Say that again.
Dialectical behavioral therapy, or DBT as it's known. Mm-hmm. It's really designed for borderline personality disorder, which is incredibly difficult to treat. Oh, go ahead.
I know you said it's difficult to treat, but how How often does it come about? Is it something that is more prevalent than people think?
BPD? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of undiagnosed people out there that just sort of come off as unhealthy, chaotic, an a-hole. But when you get down to it with this type of therapy, though, it's the type that I think really, truly any human can benefit from learning these coping skills, because they're really about emotion regulation and impulse control.
Oh, my God.
Which a lot of people struggle with on a variety of levels. Sometimes it's more catastrophic, and sometimes it's just like some, simple impulses that I can't control and I wish I could, and now there's some guilt and shame around that.
So you said it was impulse control and
Emotional regulation.
Okay, so which of those two do you feel like you're better at?
Better at?
Yes.
Impulse control and emotional regulation?
Yes.
I think I'm better at impulse control.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Okay.
I think most averagely healthy humans are better at impulse control.
I think that I'm way better at emotional regulation. But
I would agree with that.
really?
Yeah.
But my impulse control, in most cases, is not catastrophic.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, so what makes you agree with our assessments about ourselves?
What I'm speaking to with John is just like, I think that's like an average accuracy. Like, I would agree for myself too. I'm better at impulse control than emotion regulation. I'm saying I agree with you just because I know you. And
Okay.
I know how just sort of even keel you generally are, even in the face of like crises or conflict. And that's a quality of yours I really respect.
Oh, thank you. But then when it comes to impulse control, John is like, let's take a shot. I know it's a terrible idea. I'm taking the shot.
And I know that about you too.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
But what if your impulses aren't catastrophic, but you still lack it? There's still like...
You lack control, my young Padawan.
Because, I've dated people where their impulse control isn't catastrophic, where it's like, everything is gonna, like, the world's gonna end, or like they're gonna hurt
Right.
You're
themselves.
not gambling the mortgage, and you're not like,
right. But it's just like in like a relationship wise, like,
ooh, cheating.
not even that.
That's
Okay.
more that'd be catastrophic.
That's catastrophic. But-
Okay.
But it's just like,
I'm like, oh, is it
you
really
can't
that big a
control
deal,
yourself.
guys? Like, really? Is it that big a deal, guys? Kidding. It's a very big deal. We were so
This
far.
freaking guy.
No, see that right there? I was making a joke.
That was an example. That's an example of poor impulse control.
Impulse control.
I was just kidding, but I couldn't stop myself from saying something dumb.
And that's exactly what I meant when I agreed earlier.
But I'm so even keeled while we're talking about this.
because you're regulated.
Yes.
You're self-regulated.
Do you remember once upon a time when we would talk on this podcast and get in trouble with the people in our lives, like religiously?
Oh, good God.
I'm so sad to be the only person back there now.
Those days are over for me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please continue.
Gosh, we kind of got off topic here, but I guess what I was saying was impulse control, even if it's not catastrophic, it can still be very destructive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially in a relationship.
Yes.
Because like I said, I've dated people where it's like their impulses aren't leading them to, do something crazy, but it's just like interacting with them is like, you really have to say that. You really got to go there. You really got to do that. You really,
Yes.
it's like those kind of things where it's like, have some self-control.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of, and honestly, I guess the opposite of you're saying the average person has more impulse control. I feel like in dating, there's a lot of people that lack self-control, that just completely lack.
Oh my
But
goodness! But that's usually as a result of no emotional regulation.
Yeah, is that because their nervous system is completely dysregulated and they don't know how to regulate that?
Wait a minute. So you keep on. You said this a couple times. So I want to make sure I understand. You say their nervous system is out of whack. Are we talking about synapses misfiring? Like, what do we mean?
No. So when we talk about emotion regulation, what we're really talking about is nervous system regulation.
Okay.
So when you want to dig into it, it's like a mind-body connection. So people who feel dysregulated, which is like most of us a lot of the time, a little bit dysregulated, people get anxious. So that's anxiety. That's a dysregulated nervous system. So how do we calm that down? If we're like, let's just focus on anxiety for the sake of this conversation. Like, how do we calm the anxiety and reduce that and recenter ourselves? Somebody who has an anxiety disorder, that may not be very easy. So now we're talking about including a medication as well as coping skills. For your average person that doesn't suffer from a disorder like that, let's say and I'm going to use this word, and I know people hate it, but overstimulated because my children are losing their minds. There's 55 tablets in my house blaring all different shows. I'm trying to cook dinner, and my dog is barking at me. That is super dysregulating to me, and now I slowly feel like my threshold is just like evaporating. And now another kid comes in the kitchen and is like, I don't want pasta. I want this instead, and I don't have that. And then they start to melt down, and now I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so I snap at a kid. And that's not their fault. That's my fault because I have let myself get to a point that I'm so dysregulated, I can't control that impulse to snap at them. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think like when we talk about impulses, like don't say the thing that you just can't help yourself. That's one thing. But when we're talking about like me sort of snapping at one of my kids because I'm so dysregulated, and by so dysregulated, I just mean like I'm an overwhelmed single mom with 4 different children asking for 4 different things at the same time. But like, it's really not that big a deal, but I don't like being that mom. I would like to be chill and cool, and you want salmon, and you want a grilled cheese, and you want me to order DoorDash McDonald's. Hell yeah, let's do all of that. I'm not that mom, though, and I wish it's like, can we all just agree on one thing and stop pulling me in 20 different directions? And like, no, they can't. They're children, and it's my job to regulate myself, and it's my job to try to remain calm because they are children, and they literally cannot regulate themselves. They can't regulate emotions. They can't regulate their nervous system until a certain age. And if I need to lend them my calm when like my 6-year-old is having a temper tantrum, my job is to lend my calm to her.
Sorry, Interrobangers, don't mean to interrupt your listening pleasure, but because we are having such a great conversation with Bridget, we decided to break this into 2 parts.
That's right, folks. Second half of this conversation will be released on a regular schedule, so make sure you stay tuned for our next episode.
Thanks for being part of the fam. We appreciate your support.
And as always, Beast.